Yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We had a little bit of a mix-up there. That's what happens when you try to use a new app. So right now, we are going to be doing some Distrokid Q&A. I've had a lot of individuals reaching out recently asking me, why do you use Distrokid over other streaming services? What is it about Distrokid that made you choose them over, TuneCore or something else that might be out there, CD Baby? There's a ton of them out there now, but why would you choose Distrokid over those? And furthermore, what is it about Distrokid that makes you stay with them? So we're going to answer some of those questions today. I'm going to do my best to try to stay in the comments here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and try and pull up the Facebook comments as well. And we'll see if we can get that pulled up here. Okay. Make sure that's on the right page there, that I'm not on the wrong one. But yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today, and we're going to try to sort of dive into exactly what it is that makes me choose Distrokid over another streaming service, or, like I said, there's a lot of them out there, but we're going to try our best to cover exactly what my reasoning is behind all that. And in the process, I would also like to ask if you have any questions. This is an Ask Me Anything, so it doesn't necessarily have to be about Distrokid, but it would be nice to sort of stay on topic. But if you have like a Cakewalk question or, something like that, feel free to ask those here as well. All right, I do have the Facebook chat pulled up here as well, so hopefully we can keep in mind with that. All right. Let's jump straight into some of our questions, because it looks like we've already got some coming in. So, by the way, it's good to have each and every one of you who are here. Give you a big round of applause already for showing up. Thank you so much. 𝗍𝗫 𝗧𝗵𝗲 Music is in the house. Looks like 𝗍𝗵𝗲 is in the house. 𝗍𝗫𝗐 is here. 𝗵𝗲 the Gamer is here. What is up, guys? Good to have each and every one of you here today. I'm going to be kind of looking over here from time to time, because I'm kind of looking at my phone too to make sure that I'm trying to stay. Okay, that's not going to show me anything. I'll just turn that off. All right. Yeah, I apologize about that. We had a little bit of a fiasco there using the Melon app. I have to definitely reach out to them and talked about that. Coffee's in hand. We've got our first question up. Let's go ahead and I'll put that up on the screen real quickly here. That is not the question that came up. The first question was here. All right, so Ninja Chimp rather, is asking, does Distrokid cost money to use? Yes, it does. However, oh no, DJ's not in the right stream. My apologies, DJ. Yeah, I'm going through something right now. I don't know, some kind of a sickness. But anyway, to answer your question, yes, Distrokid does cost money. However, based off of the other streaming services that are out there, this is one of the things that I want to talk about, because Distrokid only costs $20 a month versus some of the others, which I was just looking at before I jumped on here. And some of them are upwards of $10 per song per year, or $49 per record that you upload, or per LP or single, or not single, but EP per year. So you start uploading massive amounts of music, you're looking at a higher cost because of the fact that, you've got more going on there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop over to the desktop here. I'm going to show you, if you logged into Distrokid today, you have never signed up, this is what you would be looking at. By the way, if you're interested in signing up, it's already been posted here in the chat, but I'm going to go ahead and repost it as well and pin that comment. You can actually get a discount by signing up through the link that I'm going to give you right here. That'll give you 7% off for your first year. So let's take a look at sort of what are some of the things that they're actually purporting to have. So Distrokid is going to get your music into every major online streaming platform. That being Spotify, Apple, TikTok, Pandora, Amazon, Instagram, YouTube, Tidal, iHeartRadio, Deezer, and a ton of others. You get to keep 100% of your earnings, and you get paid monthly after you reach a certain threshold. And by that threshold, that means you get all of that money. But if you set your threshold at like $50, you'll only get that $50 after you reach that $50 for that month. Then also you only have to pay $19.99 to upload unlimited albums and songs for an entire year. Okay. That's for an entire year. You only pay that one fee at the beginning of the year, $20. You can upload 700 songs that year. They'll all get pushed into the algorithms. They'll all get pushed into those online aggregators. You get to keep all of your earnings, 100% of them, or you can set up splits to automatically route any percentage of your earnings from any track to any one. So if you have some individuals who collaborate with you on that song, and maybe like you've got a bassist that played on it, you've got a guitarist that played on it, whatever it might be, you guys can split that based off of whatever your contract amounts might be. So your bassist might get 5% of the revenue shares, your guitarist might get 5%, you might get the other, 90%, whatever it is. You guys can work that out. Also, you're going to find some features that Distrokid has that not a lot of other individuals have. You can distribute cover songs legally. You can get paid when other people use your music in YouTube. You have unlimited backups, instant Spotify verified check mark just for signing up. So you get that cool little, clout next to your name there. You can also manage your Apple Music page from within Distrokid. You can get your credit and lyrics into stores. You can use a music video generator. That's kind of cool. We'll maybe take a look at that here in just a second. And you can get a YouTube official artist channel, which I have done here on my channel. If you'll notice next to the channel on my side of my name there, I've got a little music icon, which means I'm an official artist channel, whatever that means. And then you can do Spotify pre-saves with the middle tier and so on and so forth. So you can pay more than $20 a month and get more features. But if you're just coming in entry level, you just want to get your songs out there, that's how you can do it, is through Distrokid. Now, let me show you some of the back end of that. But before we do, we got some more questions coming in. I want to make sure I answer as many of those as I can. Let's see. Okay, so this one isn't necessarily Distrokid related, but we'll go ahead and answer it nonetheless. It was from Mars, the second Genesis says, can you use 32-bit VSTs in BandLab? The correct answer is yes. Yes, you can. There's actually a VST bit bridge that allows you to do that. And I don't think you have to download like a third party or anything like that to make that happen. It just naturally happens. Okay. 𝗬𝗟𝗂𝗶 is asking how to promote your music after uploading to Distrokid so people will be listening to it. And I mean, not just by sharing it, but are there any promotion services to get a real result? So this is kind of a tricky question because honestly, there's a lot of things that factor into that whole world there of, trying to get your songs into, oh, hello.
All right, folks.
Oops. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that would happen. Okay. I didn't know that would happen. That's kind of cool. Apparently you can click and drag video files into OBS while you're streaming and they will play on your stream. Interesting. Anyway, there's several different ways to promote it. Actually, when I had 𝗵𝗲 the Gamer here on the channel not too long ago, he talked a lot about how he's promoting his music. He's got over 100,000 streams on several of his songs already. If you'd like to go back and check out that interview that we did, it's here on the channel under the live stream settings, live stream tab, HSS Live. You can find it on the channel. So on the main page, you might have to scroll down a little bit because there's like other playlist there, but there is a playlist that's got all of our previous interviews. And if you find his interview, we actually go in depth about how he promotes his music and gets it out there. He's done a lot better job than I have, which we'll probably see here in just a minute. We'll talk a little bit about that. But there are definitely ways to do it. I wouldn't feel like I'm the authority on that. The biggest thing, which obviously is word of mouth, share it on as many places as you can, have your friends share it, have pages share it, get in touch with individuals who have some sort of an influencer fan base, share that with them. If it's good enough, honestly, the cream will rise to the top. There's just a lot of people doing a lot of things, so it's hard to get. I totally get it. So, Mob the Gamer says, I use CD Baby, which costs $10 per song and $29 per album, also using Distrokid for smaller projects. Jurgen says, Robert, can you confirm if this is true? With Distrokid, you keep all copyrights. I think with CD Baby, you give them the copyrights. This has significant impact on further usage of your material. As far as I know, I don't think that CD Baby asks for copyrights. I haven't used them, so don't quote me on that. As far as what Distrokid does, yes, you are allowed to keep all copyrights. You don't have to give up anything. So with that being said, sorry, I'm looking at other questions here. With that being said, you would have to definitely look into sort of the white papers of whatever platform that you're on, because there's always fine print, but I have never had any kind of issues. In fact, there's ways within Distrokid, which I'll show you. Actually, we'll just go ahead and hop over to that. There's ways within Distrokid right now to actually protect your music. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is on the back end. If you were logged into Distrokid, this is on the back end what you would see. So this is my account. These are the songs that I've uploaded. And right here on the right-hand side, you'll see these are all of the online aggregators or stores that these songs are in. What you'll notice is as we scroll up here, that the last few releases that I've done are actually in more stores. That's because more online streaming aggregators are being added daily to the list. So let's hop into my most recent single that I've released here. And we will kind of show you what it looks like if you were to upload one. So if you were to upload a song, you automatically get a UPC number, which can be used for actually selling physical sales. So if you're going to go through, I think it's CD Baby that offers actual physical discs or disc makers. I think it's disc makers. You can actually give them this and it will contain all of your UPC information as far as where to lead them back. Now you'll notice here on the splits section, let me zoom in here again. I get to keep 100% of the earnings from this song because there was nothing shared of this song with anyone else. And then you have the ability here to upload plain lyrics, synced lyrics, which is kind of cool if you're going to upload it to some kind of like TikTok or something like that. It'll actually sync the lyrics with the song. You have your credits. You have the ability to download it at any given time. You can also use the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 feature. This 𝗧𝗵𝗲 feature will allow you to upload one of your songs into several different templates that they have here, which allows you then to share that on to social media. It will have a picture of your album art with the song playing in the background, and you can go through all of the various different ones that they have here. Now, I do believe that this is, to the best of my knowledge, this is a paid. Some of them actually are paid, and you can show an example with the lyrics over it. You can allow Distrokid to feature that video. You can then select its size, square, vertical, or horizontal. I think when I go to, let's see. I think when I go to generate video, oops. Yeah, so it's going to ask me now for the price. It's $8.99 per video. It's kind of a cool way to promote your song real quickly. That's actually how, these are some of the ways that they actually make money. So if you're wondering like, how is it so cheap? Well, they're running ads all of the time. So much like Facebook is free, but they're still making money. Distrokid is very affordable as well, but they're still making money from ads and from things like this that they have that's sort of baked into their infrastructure. Now, if you go back to another one of your singles, you can see you also have the ability to use what's called Marcel. Now, this is kind of like a Marcel generator. It's like a meme from way back when. It's still kind of funny, but you can upload one of your songs into this and actually make one of your songs. And this is, yet again, this one is free. So you can choose a song, choose a release, and then you can actually choose Baby Yoda, Wednesday, Tropical Thunder, Marcel, Golden Slate. Let's choose Baby Yoda because this one's kind of fun. We'll skip to a minute in the song, hit generate video. And now what this is going to do is it's going to actually process a video that you can then use to accentuate your social media presence. So you can see there's several of them here that I've already made. Let's go ahead and go with this one here.
Well, that sunlight, midnight is coming after you, and the crossroads are calling.
So I can share that now to Instagram, to TikTok, to Facebook, to whatever it might be, and I can actually help to promote my song that way. But then there's other, looks like I've already got some. Okay, so if I was to download this, now this is what you'll get.
Life outside of him won't satisfy. The fathers are waiting at the door.
So it's kind of a cool little way to sort of accentuate your online media presence, help to get you out there and to share your music in a little bit different format. But that one is a free service. If we scroll on down here, if you get the middle tier or even the highest paid tier, you can actually set your name, or you can create your own record label under that, meaning that you can actually release other people's music under the banner of your Distrokid. You can then split those earnings or however you want to do that. So if you own a studio, it's kind of a cool way to actually create a label without all of the red tape and the legalities. So I've got mine set up as 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗏 Studio, as that is the name of my personal studio. And so now whenever my songs go out under the title record label, it will show 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗏 Studio instead of the typical, I think it's DK for Distrokid. It's whenever you scroll down here at the bottom of this that you actually get more options. But before we get there, we're going to check out the hyperfollow, because this is kind of a cool feature as well. So with hyperfollow, you can actually, whenever you schedule a song, you can select that and it will give you this link, which then will link not only to your Spotify playlist, but any place that you want to send your potential listeners. You can send them to this for a pre-save, as well as if it's already released, you can send them there and it will show several different options for them to go and check that out. So if I was to, let's see, if I was to visit that now, this is what it would look like. So you can, this gives them more options. Like maybe they're not listening on Spotify. Well, maybe they only listen on iTunes. Well, they can find it here. They can listen on Amazon, on Deezer. You can select many different options here, but it'll let them also even hear a snippet of the music.
I can still remember how the first day went.
So then they can hear a snippet of the music. They can actually go to these links that you've pre-designated, and even including personal links, website links. So you can go and check out, you know, their link tree. That's what I have on mine. From there, you can also share it. If you haven't shared it in a while, maybe you want to get it out there again, you can share it right from this page. And then down here at the bottom, this is kind of where it gets even cooler, because you have these additional features. And yet again, this is how Distrokid makes its money. You can, for $4.95 a year, plus 20% of your YouTube ad revenue, they will pay you every time that your song is played on another channel. So if someone else is using your content, your music, you will get 20%, or you will get earnings from that. And then they will take $4.95 a year plus 20% of the ad revenue that came from that. The store maximizer for $7.95 a year additional will automatically upload your single or your album into a new online stores or streaming services as they're added, and they get added all the time. So if you want to keep your song current and keep it, fluctuating into any new stores that pop up, you can pay for that. There's also a title master option. So if you're familiar with what Tidal is, essentially it's like a Spotify, but it's on Spotify on steroids, because it's actually like the raw tracks, not raw tracks, but the raw like master files. So the .wav files, the things that sound the best basically are on Tidal. So if you want to upload to Tidal, you can also pay $8.99 a one-time fee. That's non-reoccurring, and you'll actually get a master badge on Tidal with a special distinction and other supported services and devices, including, and then it gives you a list here. So that will allow you to upload your song in its high fidelity state as well, so others can hear it that way. And then lastly, you have this leave a legacy. So for $29 one-time fee, if at any time Distrokid will never delete a single, even if you cancel your account or your credit card is declined, you can always choose to delete it at any time or not from the stores. But this will allow you to, like, if you end up, missing a payment, or you don't want to use Distrokid anymore, it still keeps your songs in the stores, and you still continue to accrue all royalties as normal. Now, the way it stands now, if you don't pay your $20 monthly fee, or yearly fee rather, at the beginning of the year or whenever you've set it up, then they have the option then to start actually removing your song from the stores. So, and they give you like a 3-month grace period too. So if you can't make it that month, I'm sure, you can scrape up $20 by the next month. But with that being said, that's sort of the back end of what you see here at a song release. And as you can see, they have all of them listed here. And from there, you can go into your splits category. This will allow you to set a song, say Best Days of My Life. I had, played that with someone else. I can now add a collaborator and then add recoupments. So as of right now, I'm keeping 100% of the revenue share. But if I wanted to add a collaborator, I could do that through an email or through someone else who signed up here, and then add a recoupment and say, okay, you're going to get this much right off the bat. And then after that, you're going to get X amount of percent from that. So that's really cool too. That's a good way to, if you have people that are collaborating on something, make sure that everybody gets paid under your banner. From there, you also have a stats page. As you can see, my stats are enormous. I'm getting massive amounts of streams, people. This is why I am the go-to source for, that you want to come here if you want to get your music promoted, get it out there. Because look at me, 339 streams in the last 365 days, folks. I'm talking, wow. Oh boy. Yeah, here's my iTunes and Amazon sales, 2 all time. Apple Music, 47 in the last 365 days. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a viable option. If you're actually actively promoting your stuff though, it's going to look a lot better than this. Like, I'm not even actively promoting anything. So I basically just put a song out there and I go, there you go, guys. And then I shake the dust off my feet and keep going. Now, if at any time I want to upgrade, I can do that. So here are the current options. You can start out at musician for $19.99 a year. That's what I've been telling you so far. Upload unlimited songs, unlimited lyrics, Spotify verified check mark, and this is good for one artist or band name. Now, if you want to go up to the next tier, which is 35 or 36 roughly a year, now you get to have 2 artists or band names. So if you're in 2 different bands, or if you want to take someone in under your wing, you can do that. You can do the same thing that you could do in musician, but now you can also look at daily sales stats, sync your lyrics for Instagram. You get a customizable label name, customizable release dates, pre-order dates, iTunes pricings. so on and so forth. Now, if you want to do this under a label, you want to actually create an entire label. You can do that for $80 a year, and you can choose between 5 to 100 artists or bands. So with all that being said, I chose the middle tier here at the shameful rebuttal of Mob the Gamer, who was like, dude, why aren't you doing pre-saves? So that's the main reason why I did that. The other reason was I was actually wanting to be able to customize my label name, because I didn't want my song to be released under Distrokid Records. I wanted it to be released under Mockingbird Studio, to sort of drive traffic back to my studio and to let people know that it's an accredited source. So that helps. And it's really not that much extra to get the extras that you're getting. So that's the way that looks. Now, let's go into the bank. Yes, I'm even going to show you the bank, the backstory here. From here, you can automatically show your breakdown by the artist. So you can see who, if you have more than one artist, you could see which artist was producing the most and which of them was slacking. And maybe then you could start cutting people. From here, you can do a breakdown by the song. So which song has made the most money? And you can even go a step farther and say, okay, now we're going to break down by the service. So now you can actually break it down by which service is actually making you the most money. So honestly, it looks like for me, YouTube ads and Spotify has made me the most, well, and right behind that, Amazon Unlimited streaming. But actually what has made me the most money from Distrokid has not been my music at all. It has been that referral link that I just posted here in the chat. Now here's the beauty. Once you sign up for an account, you too can use that same referral link. And anytime that someone clicks on that, you'll get $10 deposited into your Distrokid bank account for everyone that signs up. So anyone and everyone can make some money by being a Distrokid affiliate, so to speak. I'm not necessarily an affiliate. I'm just helping them to sell their product. But it's actually more of a referral. It's not necessarily an affiliate at all. So even this video right now that we're doing, like, I'm not being paid to do this. I'm not being, unless you click on that link, I will not be paid to do this at all. So unless you sign up for your 7% off, I'm not getting paid. Distrokid doesn't even know that I'm doing this video. They haven't sent me a little shirt that I'm wearing in every video. So this is just something that I'm doing because I had a lot of people asking questions about it. Like, why do you use it? So the main reason, okay, that I'm using this platform, a lot of people ask, okay, what's the main reason you're using it then, if you're not making a lot of money off of it? And that is because it's easy. It's free and it's easy. Well, it's not free. It's $20 a year and it's easy. So it's very affordable and easy. That's the best way to put it. So with that being said, you can see that the most of my earnings, $70 worth, has actually come from just sharing this link with individuals. And that's not why I'm doing this today. I'm doing this today to answer questions. However, if you click on that link, you'll get an extra 7% off of your $20 a month, or $20 a year. I keep saying a month. Everybody else is a month. So it's kind of weird to see that this is actually a year. But yeah, as you can see, there's several different benefits that come with owning an account through them. And if you look at some of the other online streaming aggregators, like I just looked at TuneCore before I got on here, it's incredibly expensive. In fact, I want to show you something. Okay. This blew my mind. Now that was a small explosion, but it blew my mind. Okay. I want to show you this. This was a tweet from TuneCore's founder and CEO, Jeff Price. He says, as the founder of TuneCore, I hate to say it, but Distrokid is the single best music distribution company in the world, light years ahead of CD Baby and TuneCore, and far less expensive. Now that's the owner of TuneCore saying that. And what he's basically saying is like, guys, I don't know how they're doing it, but I cannot beat it. So that ought to say something right there. $20 a year. Exactly. I could live with that too. I mean, that's less than what I would spend on coffee in a month. So, I mean, it's up to you. Honestly, it's always up to you. I had a few more questions here I want to make sure I answer. What What would you say is better to get a career started on, BandLab or SoundCloud, or do you think a cross-platform path is the way to go? Honestly, in the day and age in which we live, being as many places as you possibly can is the best. It's the best way to do it. I hate to say that because it's not the easiest way to do it, but it is the best way to do it. The more places that you can get your face in, the better. The more places you can post your music to, the better. And I would find myself some kind of a middle ground. Use the analytics like we just shown here in the backside of Distrokid. Use those analytics to say, okay, I don't really need a SoundCloud account if I'm only getting 1 to 2 streams a year. However, over here on Spotify, I'm getting 1,000 to 2,000 a month. And obviously you don't need to keep posting them to SoundCloud. Would it hurt to do so? Probably not. You never know. You might get stumbled across on SoundCloud, get a massive following overnight, go viral, take over the world. Who knows? But so Mob the Gamer's answering a question here. He says, CD Baby lets you keep your copyrights. What they take is 9% of your revenue. So they do take some revenue, whereas, yet again, Distrokid is letting you keep 100% of your revenue. Tennessee Symphony, hi. First timer, got to give him a crowd cheer. The great thing is that Distrokid offers free UPC codes, and CD Baby, you need to buy them for $5. So there's a good point too. Hey Rob, I work let out early today so I can actually catch up on your live stream. Oh, cool. Well, it's good to see you here. Okay, so does Distrokid help you to make some income for a living? If you have a lot of streams, if you're selling a lot of Distrokid referrals, then yeah, I mean, if you're one of those people that can refer 100,000 people to Distrokid overnight, you're going to make quite a bit of money off of that. But it's not necessarily something you can earn a living off of. Now, if you have a P&R company behind you, or you're just really, really good at social media, you're on there all the time, you know what works, you know how to, tweak the algorithms, you can make money, obviously, off of your music. There's people that are doing it. So if Robert becomes a label, we can distribute out tunes on his Mockingbird label. Exactly. And I actually have released a couple of other people's songs under that label. Become affiliate. Exactly. $20 a year. No, I was never a part of TuneCore. Never. Oh, he may not be. I don't know. That's a good question. Good question. We don't have to give up a month of coffee though, right? No, exactly. We do not. Hey, Kev, what's up? All right. So I think I've caught up on most of the questions. I'm going to do a little bit more of talk here on sort of some of this back end. So with that being said, I want to give this caveat too. There are some goodies in this tag as well. So if you go in here to get heard now, you can use slaps.com, a music social network optimized for high media engagement. You can playlist Spotlight to get voted onto Distrokid's Spotify playlist. You can do the Wheel of Playlist, which is kind of fun. They stole that from me. I know they did. But you can pick a song. Let's just go with, where's Viral at? Connect it with Spotify. Spin the wheel. And I got spin number 1,552. Best of 3 spins wins. So congrats. I've been added to a playlist and I'm live right now. Your song is position 843. So you can go in here and check out the playlist now and you'll see where your song is actually being live on the Distrokid Wheel of Playlist. Now you can see they've got a ton of people that's being played on here. So mine is going to be number 843 on this list. If you spin that wheel though and you get up to 1, which never happens, by the way, yeah, you'll get played that way. So that's another way you can get promoted on Distrokid. Then you can go to promote yourself. You can sell NFTs. You can use your hyperfollow, those mini videos, the meme video generator, 𝗬𝗲 video generator. You can pick out promo cards, social phone, and upstream. Then you also have Spotify for artists, Apple Music for artists, YouTube official artist channel. You can connect to AudioMac, The Collective, apply for Twitch's incubator program. You can connect your Twitch channel as well if you stream on Twitch, and you can have title artist payments on there as well. Then you can even go into their lyrics, their credits section, and this is kind of cool. You can use Dave. I want you guys to meet Dave, okay? This is kind of cool. So I can pick a song, let's say Viral, and hit next, and Dave, the bot analyzation, will tell me a few things about this song. So it says, "Hi, I'm Dave, Distrokid's AI bot. Let me tell you about Viral by Robert McClellan. Viral is 4 minutes and 23 seconds long. It's in the key of E minor, and the signature is 4 beats per measure with a loudness of negative 6.87 dBs, and the tempo is around 78 BPMs. Is that not crazy? Then it tells you here, the acousticness is 13%. This track is definitely not an acoustic track. The danceability, 48%. Wow, I really didn't think that was. So it's not good for dancing. Instrumentalness, 0%. This track is energetic. It probably doesn't contain talking. This track was recorded in a studio, not live. The vibe is sad, depressed, and or angry. So that's actually pretty accurate. That's pretty cool. So you can get on here at any time, and you don't just have to analyze your own songs. I believe you can actually analyze anyone's songs. Finally, we know which key we used. And then from here, you can also copy that and send this information to people that you know. All right. Then if we go down here to protect your music, there's Distro Lock, which will protect your music from unauthorized release. And there's free unlimited backups of your music files within this vault. So if I go in here at any given time, I can download the original files that I uploaded in the first place. Very cool. And then Distro Lock is free, and it stops people from selling your music and uploading it to streaming services without your permission. Very cool. Now, move music on and off your page in streaming services with Fixer, the Spotify URI looker-upper, the Apple ID looker-upper, and the YouTube allow list. This is helpful whenever you're going to submit songs for the monthly song contest to allow that song to be played if it's already been pre-released. So very, very cool stuff going on here. All right. The Lunatic. Good to have you. First timer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so to sort of wrap up why I would use it, who would use it, who would benefit, there are several well-known digital music distributors, including CD Baby and TuneCore, that are online, which are arguably the most established. However, then there's Distrokid. Now, Distrokid may be one of the newest kids in town, so to speak, but it's fast becoming one of the most popular distribution services around. With Distrokid, it has low prices, an a la carte music business model, and it's also the easiest way for you to get your music into stores and streaming services. The service is cost-effective, and it has a very innovative and artist-friendly feature set that has won over thousands of musicians and labels around the world since its inception. Now, we've covered a lot, but I want to let you know, if you want to get an extra 7% off and sign up today, you can use the link that I have pinned here in the description, as well as in the chat. That's going to get you 7% off your first year. After that, you're only going to pay $20 a year if you choose that tier. So with that being said, if you want to get an extra 7% off, sign up with that link and enjoy an extra 7% off. Let's talk about some pros of Distrokid, and then we'll talk about some cons from someone who's used this now for 3 years. I've got them wrote down here in front of me. Distrokid is the only music distribution service that lets you. I'm gonna have to start over because that just I got tongue-tied on that one. So Distrokid is the only music distribution service that allows you to upload unlimited music to stores for one low price. So that's a massive plus point. It saves you money and it's convenient. Plus, all of your royalties are going straight into your pocket instead of 9%, 12%, some places even 30% being shaved off the top. Another huge bonus is that Distrokid is faster than its competitors with regards to getting your music into the streaming platforms. Now, Distrokid claims that with them as your distributor, your music will be in the stores 10 to 20% faster, or 10 to 20 times faster than any other service. Is that true? After 3 years of using it? Wow. As soon as I upload that song, the very same day I'm getting emails, hey, it's been added to the store. I then get emails for the next 3 days until it's added into all the stores. So it usually takes 3 days total, but it's in every one of those stores that you just seen on the screen a minute ago. That's crazy. So you can also see your daily stats, including a ton of features along with their simple interface. The range of streaming services offered is fantastic as well. So Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play and YouTube Music, TikTok, Deezer, Pandora, Tidal, iHeartRadio, Napster, and many, many more as the days ensue. Now, what are some cons? Okay, you knew I was going to get there because I like to be honest in these approaches. Honesty is always the best policy, ladies and gentlemen. It always will be. Here are the cons of the platform. Now, if truth be told, Distrokid is not the most visually appealing of the distributors. It doesn't look the greatest. The interface is a little dated looking and simplistic. It also doesn't have the additional features and services as some of the other distributors have. Distrokid does offer some additional options for releases, such as additional stores, monetization, etc. However, they are charged on top of the annual amount. As you've seen before when I said, you got your legacy feature, if you want to earn on YouTube, you got to pay like $7.95 a year for that. Now, is that a deal breaker? That's up to you. That's definitely up to you. Now, in regards to what actual services Distrokid offers, it is only really distribution that's up for grabs compared to other platforms, which offer more. So, in terms of pricing and payment, if you're an artist that isn't releasing regularly, it might be better for you to choose a distributor with whom you only pay per release. So if you're only releasing one song a year, instead of paying for this yearly service, you might actually you'd be better off going through something that you only charge per upload. Now, one final roadblock is that artists can't choose a specific release date for their music unless they have a Musicians Plus or a label plan. So therefore, the basic $19.99 annual cost doesn't allow access to this, and your music will be harder to promote without a specific release date. All right, there's the cons, okay? It does have some cons. But with that being said, let me just real quickly break down sort of Distrokid versus CD Baby, okay? While Distrokid charges $19.99 a year, CD Baby charges $9.95 per single or $29 per album. After paying this one-time fee to CD Baby, you'll never have to pay that again. That's kind of a plus. Your music will stay on the platform forever, and in comparison, the yearly $19.99 fee for Distrokid allows you to upload unlimited music, but you have to pay it annually to keep your music out there, unless you opt in for the Leave a Legacy option like we showed earlier, which is an extra $29 fee one time up front. That ensures that your music will never be removed from Distrokid even if you die. So CD Baby may be cheaper in respect to the short term, but if you're an artist who is consistently releasing music, which you should be, Distrokid is actually a better option. Now, in regards to royalties, CD Baby takes 9% of commission of all the royalties that you make. However, Distrokid doesn't take any commission. Therefore, artists can keep more of their hard-earned money. And as mentioned earlier, Distrokid also offers automatic splits for various artists on track. So if you have 15 people playing on that track, you can split that 15 ways if you want, or you can just cut out the bassist and the drummer and the people that never showed up to practice, and the people by the time it's over, you'll just take 100%. Now, this feature automatically divides and allocates a portion of those royalties to each artist collaborating on the track, and CD Baby does not have such an option as of yet that I know about. So for the few artists that still like to sell physical CDs or vinyl, CD Baby does offer these options for an extra fee, whereas Distrokid is still all digital. There are many other benefits to releasing a cover song as an independent artist. But there is a bit of a hassle to sometimes to get the copyright and the legal issues processed. So Distrokid takes care of your cover song licensing for $12 per song yearly. Now, 𝗧𝗵𝗍𝗶 had this option, but they actually removed it. Therefore, you will have to go to one of the external services that they suggest to license cover tracks. Now, let's talk about Distrokid versus TuneCore. So TuneCore has a fee of $29.99 per album for the first year and $49.99 each year following. So if you only want to release a single, you're going to pay $9.99 per single yearly. In comparison, as you know, to Distrokid is $19.99 per year, and you get to upload unlimited tracks. As with Distrokid, TuneCore doesn't take any royalties. So even if you're into using TuneCore, that's sort of an even playing field there in that regard. TuneCore has an extensive and more sleek online experience, including sync licensing, which is kind of cool. The platform also has an interface designed specifically to help you get your music played on video games, TV commercials, and films. They also make sure that you get paid for any sync licensing. Now, this is a great feature because it actually gives your music the opportunity to be introduced to a wider audience and can be a great source of additional income. TuneCore offers publishing services for a one-time fee of $75. This includes other social media features where you can then engage with fans and promote your music for a nominal fee. Distrokid might not have a lot of those fancy features as they keep things simple and cost-effective. However, this is the caveat. If you're an artist just seeking to get their music out to the public and onto all the popular music platforms, Distrokid is going to be a good fit for you. For more extensive features and for those with a larger budget, TuneCore may be the best choice for you. So, with all of this information, you have to ask yourself, and honestly, it comes down to whatever you want to do. Obviously, but ask yourself, is TuneCore the better option? Is 𝗧𝗵𝗍𝗶 the better option? What is it that you feel like is going to be the better option in the long run? All right. So if I'm going to go back through here and check and see if we have any more questions regarding this. Oh, well, thank you, 𝗍𝗵𝗲. I appreciate it. The wheel of awesomeness looks better. Yeah, finally we know which key we used. Everybody was up in the air about, we didn't even know. Who cares? We were just jamming. Kev Grisham says, I'm going to sign to Distrokid later on in the year. Awesome. You can get an extra 7% off by using my affiliate link. It's not an affiliate link. It's a link. Referral, whatever. So faster than 𝗧𝗵𝗍𝗶, that's for sure. It takes up to 3 weeks for 𝗧𝗵𝗍𝗶 to analyze your song alone. Wow. Wow. Hopefully you do more Michael Jackson. This channel has become a Michael Jackson reaction channel. It is notable that 𝗧𝗵𝗍𝗶 offers sync licensing and YouTube Content ID for free when you pay for your release. To me, that's worth it. Right on. And that's just it. Like everything that I brought up today, like this has got to be your decision, obviously, but everyone is different too. Like your skill set or what you're trying to pitch your music to is going to be different from what I'm trying to pitch my music to, which obviously, as you've seen my sales, is nothing. But with that being said, I mean, if this is something that you see yourself really, if you're going after sync licensing, full bore, TuneCore may be the better option. So I definitely see the win on both sides of that. So, and that's why I'm doing this too, is like, I'm not trying to push everybody onto Distrokid. That's not my intention. I'm just simply putting out the information and allowing you to make the proper decision. So can you pay the one-time fee of $29 to release an album and it be up there forever? Or do you have to pay the $19.99 and then the $29? Yeah, that would be the $19.99 a year and then the one-time fee of the $29.99. That's how that works. So the $34 a month is definitely the best option on Distrokid. I think so too. I did not, at first, beforehand, I was not too keen on that. And then Mob the Gamer sort of jerked a knot in my tail and said, "Hey, why aren't you doing Spotify pre-save links?" And I was like, what do you mean? What? He was like, "Yeah, that's going to help you to get out there better." And in fact, it actually did. I got an extra 2 streams, but it's not Mob's fault. There's a good question. So Jurgen asks, what does sync licensing mean? So sync licensing is basically a way for you to get your music into TV commercials and ads that you might see on YouTube, Facebook, whatever it might be. That company will then pay you either a one-time fee or a royalty fee for getting your music into that ad. So like, let's say that you get your ad placed on Disney, and every time they play that commercial, they use your song in the background. Well, then you'll get a royalty check each month for that song being played. There's different ways of structuring music for sync licensing than there is for releasing for the world to hear. And we actually covered that in some of the previous videos here on the channel. In fact, I brought on Jesse Josephson, who runs syncmymusic.com. And we talked a lot about that on that interview, where he actually, that's all he does is music for sync. And he makes a pretty good, decent living off of that. So he actually taught an entire sort of a mini masterclass on that live stream that we did. And I'm trying to find that. Here it is. So here's a link to that playlist if you want to go and check that out. It's not annoying. I sometimes need the extra shove. I appreciate it, because I honestly sleep on my music. I release it, and then I'm just like, it's out there. If someone needs to hear it, they'll hear it. No big deal. But then I look at you and you're like, oh my goodness, 100,000 streams. And like, how are you doing that? And you're like, well, because I'm actually promoting it, Rob. Hello. So with that being said, I need to do a better job of that. So yeah, no problem. Thanks for doing that. Everyone can always use a little gentle nudge, a nice little encouragement every once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's see. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody or anything here. Unfortunately, I think DJ Big Red 81, he got caught up in the various stream 𝗠𝗏𝗧 that just happened. Yeah, see, there's like 1 million streams that say that they're all upcoming. That's what happens when you try to use a new app. Which I was hoping I would be able to use, because it actually allows you to stream to several different places at once. I was like, oh wow, I can maximize my my reach there. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh well. All right. Mob the Gamer says, the truth about the music industry is that if you want to make money, then you'll have to spend money. Unfortunately, that is the truth. Mark George says, I've been meaning to look into this whole sync thing. You definitely need to. Yes. The kind of music that you're making would be perfect for sync licensing. In a nutshell, yes. Okay, I'll try to put that up on the screen. Yes, I did a sort of quick and dirty in a nutshell, there we go, kind of thing here. But basically, it was the fact that 𝗬𝗵𝗶 takes royalties, and it's actually harder to do things through it, whereas Distrokid, you get 100% of your earnings. You upload a song within 3 days, it's out there. So really, it just comes down to $20 a year and speed, and then just taking away the headache of all of the extra stuff. I mean, if you try to do this on your own, which it is possible, I mean, you could release a song to each one of those platforms, but you would spend hours going back and forth and doing all that. So the main thing is just the speed, the affordability, and the fact that you get to keep 100% of your earnings. In a nutshell, that's exactly what the big deal is. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you all hopping on for today's live stream, and I do apologize about the live stream snafu we just had there with that other service. I know I've already apologized like 50 billion times, but it just upsets me when you have something playing like that. I had already sent that out to groups, and they were like, oh, okay. And then they go to hop on there, and now it's not even there. Makes me look like an idiot, which is pretty easy to do anyway, but still, it's not cool. Yeah, as already stated once before, if you want to use the link that I have here pinned in the chat, you'll get an extra 7% off your first year. After that, it's just a whopping $20 a year. That's right. I said that right. $20. That's cheap, folks. Cheap. I shouldn't say cheap. That's affordable. But yeah. All right. So if we have no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to these individuals. Thank you so much for being recent subscribers to the channel. Appreciate each and every subscriber we get here. And it also helps to get YouTube notified of the fact that I appreciate that, Midnight Blue. It also helps YouTube to appreciate the fact of what we're doing over here, as I'm about ready to lose my voice. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Wheel of Awesomeness. That's right, we haven't spun the wheel today. Let's spin the wheel. I wonder I'm losing my voice. All right. Song feature. We haven't done one of these in a while. So it looks like I still have some questions coming in, which that's always cool. We'll definitely still get to those. No worries. DJ Big Red 81 is here. Awesome. Thank you, man. All right. I'm going to get to this next question. All right. And back to the webcam only. Here we are. Okay. Took me a minute there. Sorry. The next question was, how does Distrokid handle royalties for cover songs? So the way that you can do this is you go through their program, you sign up for the license, and once you have the license, I believe you keep 100% of those royalties unless the individuals who own the song ask for a dip of that. They want a little dip of the dab. So don't quote me on that. That would actually probably be better to research on anyway yourself before you release a cover song, because I don't do cover songs. I probably should. It looks like I had another question here too. But before I get to that question, I also want to open up. We just had a song feature, and we're going to use our handy dandy Streamlabs app to get that going. So let me open up all right, here we go. All right. I got to edit this real quickly. Song feature. Okay. Now let's hope that it comes up in the chat. All right. So if you type in the chat, exclamation point, freebie, all one word, lowercase, you can enter now to have a song featured here on the channel. This is only open for the next 3 minutes, by the way. And thank you, Mom, for answering that question while I was hunting down the wheel doodad here. Appreciate that. All right, where was this question at? Well, thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate that. That music, though. That was the question. You're going to ask, what about VST2 versus VST3 plugins? Which one to use if the plugin comes in both flavors? I typically go with VST3 just simply because it's the latest and greatest, and I feel like it's going to give me the best fidelity. However, if your computer is being bogged down because you're using a lot of VST3s, you can always switch to the VST2, and I'm sure it'll be fine. So really, it just comes down to a matter of taste. There are some features I feel like on certain plugin companies that the VST3 offers more options if it's on the VST3 option versus the VST2. But you'll just have to kind of check with the... Yeah, sorry about that, Jurgen. I was trying, man. Sorry about that, DJ Big Red 81 as well. Yeah, if it works as a VST2, but it crashes as a VST3, then I would definitely just use the VST2. I don't think there's any negligible fallout from using the VST2. So, any idea about artists that release their stems for an open contest? So that's kind of a tricky situation. If you're releasing your stems, or the correct term would actually be multi-tracks, unless they're the bus being sent out, whatever the bus is hearing, that's a stem. If it's like the individual tracks, those are multi-tracks. We got to start changing this narrative, folks. There's too many people calling these things stems on the internet. It's driving me crazy. So if you're releasing stems for an open contest, really you're kind of putting yourself out there. So if someone takes those stems and they make a remix of that song and they release it under their label, there's not really much you can do because you've freely given that away. So if you want to keep access to still having some sort of content usage rights or royalties from whatever is given, then really the best way to do that would be to release it under the banner of like some kind of a music company or something that can actually take care of all that back end. And I don't have enough know-how to know how to do that. So usually whenever I release stems for a song contest, who knows what happens to those? 9 times out of 10 though, like a lot of people, because artists are really big about maintaining a unique sound, they're not going to steal all of your stuff and just promote it as their own. If they did, they're no artist at all. So Mob the Gamer answers the question. You pay $12 per year for the rights of the cover and you get to keep the royalties. So that answers your question earlier there, Kev. Or was it Kev, or was it? No, it wasn't Kev. It was the gentleman that just came in a minute ago. This is a good problem to have when you have too many people in here. Simon Mack, that's who it was. Awesome. And that's why I love my moderators. Always helping to answer questions when I can't get to them. I love you guys. Well, I love everybody, but I love you guys for helping me out. Yes, that is the correct answer. All right, we got... No, you're fine, Jurgen. Don't worry about it. It was me. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go over here and choose the winner. Let's see who we got that's going to have a song feature. Mob the Gamer. Imagine that. This is rigged. I hate to say that, but I think DJ Big Red 81 is on to something. Every time we do a giveaway, 𝗵𝗲 wins. I don't know. It's rigged, I'm telling you. Oh, man. What's crazy is, guys, I've showed you this before. I'm literally like, this is not... Okay, look. This is literally... The service that I'm using is picking this name randomly. So it is literally picking randomly every single time 𝗵𝗲. So I don't know. 𝗵𝗲's got some kind of a... He's in with Streamlabs. He's got some kind of a deal with him or something. I know it. Well, congratulations anyway, 𝗵𝗲. I'm sure the song that you're going to submit is going to be awesome as usual. If you guys haven't checked out his channel as well, or not his channel, his Spotify, you got to go and check him out. If you'd be so kind as to post that in the chat, 𝗵𝗲, where they can find out about your music, let us know about that. He's got some amazing, amazing songs, the likes of which we have actually featured here on the channel before. So, 𝗵𝗲. Maybe that's what it is. It's the all caps letters that keeps getting him the boost in the algorithm. It's all right. It's all good. He deserves it anyway. He works hard on his music. Da-da-da-da. Oh, man. 𝗵𝗲. There we go. Gotta love that Scottish influence. All right. Well, guys, if we have no more questions, we are going to go ahead and, oh yeah, we're still waiting on 𝗵𝗲 to share his link. I want to make sure. Actually, I might be able to pull it up on Spotify here real quick. Because I kind of like to show you guys something anyway. Okay, let's see here. It's not 𝗵𝗲 on Spotify. Hello. It's Minister of Badness. There he is. There he is, folks. Look at him. Look at this fella. Look at this handsome fella. So as you can see here, look. I'm not making this stuff up, people. Look. Brace has 142,000 streams. Oh. He's getting all kinds of sound effects for that. 50,000, 61,000, 82,000. So if you guys want to talk about music promotion, he's got to talk to, not me. Definitely. So, not to mention, he does a really good job of making these here thumbnails. Doing a good job on those as well. But yeah, go and check him out here. I'll post a link in here. There you go. You can go straight to this page that I'm on right now, and you can give him a listen after this stream is over. So let's see here. Did you know that Home Studio Simplified podcast is on here as well? So if you want to listen to the podcast on the go, there's 67 episodes of this, guys. In fact, our last interview with Chris Bradley was on there December. So I actually need to upload one this month, which as soon as Stephen Slate is able to come on, he's going to be our next interview on the podcast. I do apologize, however. I reached out to him, and he has been unable to nail down a date as of yet. So he has had to reschedule about 3 times now. But with that being said, whenever he does come on, it's not going to be live. He's chosen to opt out of a live stream, at least as of right now, unless I can, put my Roberto charm on him. But with that being said, he is going to be on the show eventually. We'll be asking him some questions. So if you guys who are here in the chat, or if you're a member of the channel in any way, shape, or form, if there's questions that you would like to ask Steven Slate, you can ask them now up front. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and post something in the community tab for those of you who are members here on the channel. And then I'll try to get those featured. Whenever I interview him. So are there any questions that you would like to ask Steven Slate during our interview? Comment below. I wonder if I can tag him in that post. That would be cool. Oh, it's going to let me. Okay. I need to rewrite that then, because I'd like to tag him in it too. That'll learn him. I'll tag him real good. All right. Let's see here. At Steven Slate. There we go. All right. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask Steve while I'm on the air with him, like I said, it won't be live, but you can still ask the questions ahead of time, and I'll try to get those cycled into whatever we might be talking about. Yeah, I still have to reach out to Sarah Carter again and try to get her back on. She kind of slipped through the cracks there. She had something going on, and then she said she would follow back up and never did. So I'm going to try to, you're right, I'm going to reach back out to her and see if I can't get her on as well. And it would actually be an honor to have Mark George on here if he would ever agree to do so. Wink, wink. Putting my Robert charm on him right now. Maybe he'll agree to do so. All right. But until next time, guys, remember, we can dream alone. We can even create alone. But together, we can achieve so much more. And before we go, these individuals rock. All right. Love each and every one of you. See you on the next video, which is going to be uploaded pretty shortly here in just a little bit. Got another reaction video coming. Seeing if anybody's still listening. We're going to be doing some Stevie Wonder. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Love y'all. Bye-bye.